Hey, what's good, guys? Thanks for tuning into my channel, Shades and Souls. Today we're going to be talking about the Kobe AD NXT 360s. Damn, this is a long name. So as you can see, I have been playing with Kobe's from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I skipped on the ADs and I skipped on the NXTs. But I get the Kobe AD NXT 360s, which from now on we'll just be calling Kobe 360s because that name is too damn long. So today we'll be talking about the materials of the shoe and how it performs. We start off the outsole. The outsole pattern actually looks multi-directional. Now the nubs on the 360s I feel is very close to the Kobe 10s, which you guys don't see in my background because I decided to not keep my Kobe 10s. In fact, I sold it to a friend, and I forgot where I sold the other one to. I didn't like the 10s, but I like these ones. So the outsole on these ones, at first I was very skeptical of. One, because I wasn't too pleased with the 10s. Two is because the nubs on these are very soft. Like some of my nubs have already chipped off. For a $200 shoe to have these kinds of nubs soft as hell, even if I played on indoor courts, is a no-go to me. Although it performs well, dropping in 200 plus tacks on a shoe, it has this soft of a traction. I don't know. To me, I love the shoe, but that's one downside of the shoe. Next downfall of the outsole is the one that's extending right here. The Kobe models have had the drop-in midsoles for a long time already, and when I take out the midsoles, this is typical, but this is not typical. Like, you cannot crumple from side to side the other Kobe models as easy as if you just crumple crosswise. So what does that mean? That means that this rubber compound right here isn't even as strong as it should be. So if you're relying on this part right here to hold you down on your side-to-side movements, good luck with that. The upper seems to be doing its job when it comes to holding me down, but when I do my cuts, my side-to-side movements, I feel like this is just not enough for me. I might not be the type of player who comes out playing on a shoe and then busts a shoe, but to me, with my movement, I truly feel like this is not securing me on the lower part of the shoe. Just because, one, as I mentioned, how soft it is, and two, there's just no outrigger. To me, if this had just a little bit of outrigger, that would have been perfect. You have this unusual shape of a heel cup. And I say unusual because I compare it to 7s, the 8s, the 9s, the 6s, even on the 5s. The 11s, at least, you can feel like it's holding you down right here. Well, on the Protros, there's no question over there. On the 360s, it's a very unusual feeling. Although when you play on these, it's gonna feel like this part right here is missing. They made up for it by doing a sculpt of the heel right here on the top of the lining, where when you put your foot in, your heel actually is inside that scoop right there. So regardless of how weird it feels, rest assured your heel cup or your heel counter is actually putting you on lockdown on this shoe. So we are done with the outsole, traction, and the heel cup, heel counter area. Now let's go to the upper. Now, as the name would suggest, 360, they're talking about the Flyknit of the shoe. It's actually 360. Now the way the Flyknit is utilized on this shoe, the forefoot is actually a very thin Flyknit, a little thicker Flyknit on the lace areas. Thick Flyknit is also implemented around the tongue, but inside the tongue is actually a foam. I had to stress out the foam in the tongue because the forefoot area, this part right here, does not have any foam. From the upper middle part of the shoe going down to the heel is actually a thicker form of Flyknit, and it is also padded. The Flyknit of the shoe is very well constructed. But to me, if the padding was also 360, this shoe would have been really, really, really good. That being said, regardless if this is really thin and breathable, this shoe is still reliable though. I don't know what they put in this Flyknit, but it does for some reason. Although it feels flimsy, I know inside my heart of hearts that this is actually very strong. And lastly, the drop-in midsole of the shoe. The drop-in midsole is actually very interesting. So they utilize two of Nike's cushioning system, which is Lunar and React cushion. Instead of giving us carbon fiber, Nike provided us with some plastic right here and plastic right here, this check mark, acting as the midfoot shank of the shoe. And we also see plastics on this part and on this part. To me, I think Nike was trying to compromise for the no outrigger of the outsole of the shoe, but to me, it honestly did not work for me. I still would prefer an outrigger on the outsole of the shoe. The setup, however, with the Lunar and the React cushion, to me is actually very, very good. I love the cushioning system. It didn't bother my foot, even on my surgically repaired foot, didn't even bother me. Compared to other Kobe models though, this React cushion and Lunar cushion mixed together, personally, I needed some time getting used to it. Same with the shape and just the shoe in its entirety. Everything I love about the shoe, I also have a counter for me hating the shoe. So this shoe actually tore me in between. Alright? That being said, let's talk about why. I've already stressed them out earlier, but let's just go over it again in its entirety. The traction, very grippy, but at the same time will not last. For 200 bucks, I think it should be grippy and it should last us all a long time. And again, that part of the outsole that extends to the upper of the foot just does not hold. Next, the Flyknit. Flyknit is very soft. It actually makes the shoe weigh very light. One thing I don't like about it is that there's no padding. The drop-in midsole insole, I like how good the cushion is, but compared to other Kobe's in the back, this is one of the Kobe's I had to break in. To me, it wasn't a shoe that you could put on and get used to right away. You have to break them in. Next, sizing. Out of all the Kobe models I have, this is the only Kobe model besides the Pro Tros, which I understand, that I had to go down half a size. All my Kobe's in the back, they're all size 9s. This shoe, I had to go down half a size. I actually bought a size 9. Ended up returning and buying this one, an 8.5. The worst part of this shoe about the drop-in midsoles is that all the shoe that implements a drop-in insole midsole, from starting from the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, I'm not sure if the 10s had it, and the 11s, all fit each other. 360s, this is an 8.5, and I tried putting them in either of all of the shoes that I just mentioned. This is an 8.5, those are 9s, and this don't fit any of them. All other drop-in midsoles behind me that can be interchanged can be put in either of the Kobe models. For 200 bucks, I truly believe that the drop-in insoles, midsoles of these things should be used in every other Kobe model. This is how I feel about the shoe. This is how I experience the shoe. So it's only right for me to tell you guys the truth. One thing you can expect every time you watch my channel, I'm gonna be real as it gets. If it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry about that. A lot of people love the shoe. I get it. I just have my own 2 cents of the shoe and why I don't like it. I love the shoe, don't get me wrong. But I think the pros and the cons are about as equal as they could ever get in a shoe. But like I said, I love the shoe. At the same time, I hate the shoe. So yeah, it's got me conflicted, but this is a good shoe. If you got the dough to drop, if you really want Kobe model, go ahead. I won't stop you. Is this the best shoe that came out of Kobe line? I don't know. It's a personal choice. What do you guys think? Were you guys able to cop yourself a 360? And if so, did you play in them already? How was your experience? Was it the same as mine? Or feel free to write down your own experience down below. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.